while some pro-government circles continue to claim that the operation of private prep schools is still legally impossible despite a ruling from the Constitutional Court last week. A lawyer representing these schools countered these claims based on a similar ruling from the top court last year concerning doctors employed at university hospitals being able to work in private clinics at the same time. Last Monday, the Constitutional Court announced its long-awaited decision, annulling a controversial law that sought to close down prep schools by a 5-to-12 majority vote on the grounds that the law represented a violation of constitutional articles related to the right to education and freedom of labor. Pro-government newspapers such as Yeni Şafak and Star have been running stories since Tuesday criticizing the top court for its ruling and claiming that these institutions will still be unable to operate on the grounds that the Ministry of Education last year eliminated all the articles related to the establishment of prep schools in the relevant legislation. Yet, prominent judicial experts in the country have said there is no legal obstacle before these schools to continue their operations. Lawyer Mehmet Kazip, who represents the PAK Education and Science Employees Union, PAK Time, has also refuted the claims of pro-government circles, referring to a ruling of the Constitutional Court last year which partially annulled a law that required doctors at university hospitals to work a full day in their state positions and prevented them from working at private clinics at the same time. The court ruled that some articles of the law, generally known as the full-day law, were against the Constitution. Kazip said following the top court's ruling that private clinics continued their operations without the need for new legislation and that the case must be the same for prep schools. This situation sets a precedent for prep schools. There is no need for a new law, he said. In the meantime, Education Minister Nabi Avcı has said that although the Constitutional Court has annulled the law that sought to close down prep schools, these institutions have become null and don't have any place in the law. The Constitutional Court became aware of this prep schools being null later. We have heard rumors that in its recent decision the court will say these schools could operate as places offering courses, and not as prep schools from now on, he said. Avcı also said they expect the top court to announce its reasoned opinion on Wednesday. No one should expect chaos after this decision. Students, parents, and entrepreneurs should have no worries about it. The ministry is behind standard high schools, he said. Following the law on prep schools, some prep schools turned into other educational institutions, mainly standard high schools, to continue their activities. The situation of these institutions has become disputed following the top court's annulment of the law on prep schools.